It was a crisp spring morning when Lisa's voice sliced through the quiet like a fire alarm, sharp and impossible to ignore. She stood in front of my house, arms flailing, clutching a freshly printed HOA violation notice that fluttered like a flag of surrender. "This is a neighborhood, not a carnival," she screeched, her voice echoing off the beige facades of our suburban street. Neighbors peeked through their blinds, some pretending to sip coffee, others smirking at the show. I stood on my porch, cradling a mug that screamed "Live Loud" in neon letters, sipping black coffee and soaking in the chaos. My house was a riot of color turquoise doors, sunflower yellow windowsills, and a mural on the side wall of my late lab, Rusty, rocking sunglasses and skateboarding through a field of daisies. Lisa's face twisted like she'd bitten a lemon. "It's an eyesore," she snapped, jabbing a finger at Rusty's mural. "People are complaining." Spoiler, nobody was complaining. Lisa was the complaint, and she was Lee VYD. In a world of taupe and soft gray, my house was a middle finger to conformity. 3 months earlier, I'd bought this place, determined to escape the grayscale life I'd endured in cubicles and cookie-cutter apartments. I dreamed of color, of art, of a home that screamed me. So I painted. Every wall burst with joy crimson, cobalt, lime green. I checked the HOA bylaws first, cover to cover. Nothing banned VY brand paint. But Lisa didn't need rules. She was the rule, or so she thought. It started with passive-aggressive notes taped to my door. "Consider neutral tones for resale value." Then came her fake surveys, scribbled in her unmistakable cursive. "Should we ban loud colors to preserve harmony?" Every option led to beige. When that flopped, she stormed an HOA meeting with a folder thicker than a phone book. "This house disrupts community aesthetics," she declared, like my paint job was a felony. They slapped me with a courtesy warning about neighborhood standards. I pointed out, calmly, that no rule banned color. Lisa's eyes narrowed. "Not yet," she hissed, leaning across the table like a VY lane plotting my demise. A week later, a DULA 255 fine landed on my doorstep for excessive chromatic variance, a phrase straight out of a dystopian art class. Repaint in community-aligned hues within 7 days, or face worse. I wrestled with it. Fight through paperwork? Repaint? Sell? But every glance at my housebold, alive, mine stoked a fire in me. I'd spent years blending in, wearing neutral suits, biting my tongue. This was my stand. Then came the breaking point. Lisa marched into my yard one morning, slapped a violation zone sign in my garden, and get this, pulled a paint roller from her bag and smeared gray over Rusty's mural. My coffee mug hit the deck. "Are you serious?" I asked, voice shaking. "You left me no choice," she said, not even looking up. "This mural in VY Tez Riffraff." I stepped closer. "That's my dog, Lisa. He died last year. This is his tribute." She froze, roller dripping. "He doesn't belong on a wall," she said, and kept painting. That was it. I walked inside, slammed the door, and typed one word in my laptop: projectors. 3 hours later, I'd maxed out my credit card on high-lumen outdoor projectors, weatherproof speakers, and a digital artist who could map animated fireworks onto my house. "Want it loud?" he asked. I grinned. No sound, just color. Explosive color. That night, my Lee VYing room was a jungle of cables and Amazon boxes. Lisa thought she was fighting a guy with a paintbrush. She didn't know she just pissed off a former theater lighting tech who'd spent 10 years rigging rock concerts. If she thought my mural was too bright, she was about to lose her damn mind. At 7 p.m., my house erupted in 2,000 lumens of silent vengeance rainbow vortexes, dancing butterflies, looping fireworks that lit up the night. Legal display hours, no noise, pure defiance. Lisa stood outside, jaw dropped, arms crossed, watching her beige world drown in color. She pulled out her phone, narrating like she was filming a crime scene. "This is harassment. Visual terrorism." She whispered terrorism for effect, like the cops would raid me for rainbows. She called them. 2 officers rolled up, headlights cutting through my projections. Lisa ran to them, wah-vying her arms like she was flagging a rescue chopper. "He's blinding us," she cried. The cops squinted at my house, where animated lilies bloomed and purples pulsed like a desert sunset. One officer tilted his head. "This is art," he said, half amused. The other asked, "Loud music? Threats?" Lisa barked, "It's emotional distress. It's like a rainbow slapped me." I bit back a laugh. From my porch, I showed them my software legal hours. No strobes, no sound. They nodded, told Lisa she could 911 her aesthetic grudges, and left. One cop chuckled, "Nice animations. Makes the street fun." Lisa stormed off, muttering about lawsuits. The next day, the HOA sent a sterner letter about community cohesion. Still no bylaw violation. They were bluffing. But Lisa doubled down, calling an emergency board meeting. I skipped it, tweaking my butterfly loop instead. The live stream was gold. Lisa waved screenshots of my house mid-projection, ranting, "This isn't a neighborhood, it's a rave." She threw out wild hypothetical epilepsy risks, kids turning psychedelic. The board squirmed. No one backed her. Even she admitted no rule banned my lights. She wasn't done, though. I went VY instead. I posted a montage titled, "HOA Lisa says my house is too colorful, so I did this." Reddit ate it up. TikTok sent it stratospheric. Comments flooded in, "Justice in pixels." I'd moved to that street. Someone auto-tuned Lisa's VY Sewell terrorism, ran into a banger. Another made t-shirts. A parody Twitter account mocked HOA nonsense. My house glowed brighter floating lanterns, koi fish, pixelated fireworks. Lisa scowled from the shadows, but now she had backup. An old guy in a robe whining about sleep and a yoga pants mom saying her cat was acting weird. Lisa smirked. "See? People are fed up." I stayed calm. "File a grievance. You can't ban art." Her grin was pure venom. Challenge accepted. The HOA's next notice threatened a lawsuit, emotional distress, antagonism, the works. My lawyer friend, Sarah, laughed. "This is a tantrum, not a case." We drafted a response, citing Lisa's trespassing and bylaws that encourage creative displays. Then Mr. Evans, a retired HOA vet, called. "Lisa's bluffing," he said, sending me yellowed bylaws from the 80s. Page 3 was a gem. Outdoor installations like mine were protected as creative expression, if non-invasive. Lisa wasn't just wrong, she was overstepping. Sarah grinned. "We're not just defending. We're counter-suing for harassment." Lisa kept coming. She and 2 HOA goons marched up with a new rule banning projections. I didn't flinch. You can't enforce that retroactively, and your bylaws support me. I pointed to my cease and desist letter in her mailbox. Her face went pale. That night, Mr. Evans met me, rocking a clashing Hawaiian shirt. "Lisa's bleached the soul out of this place," he said, showing me a photo of our street in the 80 spa-style houses, wind chimes life. Inspired, I posted another VY Deo, the HOA tyrant who hated color and the rebel who fought back. It exploded. News outlets ran headlines, "Suburban Color War. Homeowner lights up the law." I was a symbol now. Lisa was unraveling, filing a restraining order claiming my lights gave her migraines. The court laughed it off. Then came Ellie, a teacher from the children's hospital 3 doors down. "Our patients love your VY Deos. Can they VY sit?" We planned Color Joy Night. Volunteers brought snacks and glow sticks. My artist friend made a projection spelling kids' names and fireworks. Over 100 people came, parents, kids, cameras flashing. A boy in a wheelchair shouted, "That's my name." Across the street, Lisa lost it, yelling about noise and unplugging a speaker, only to trip into a bucket of glow sticks. Phones caught all. The HOA distanced itself. Her fall VY Deo hit 500,000 VYUs. Lisa versus Color, the epic flop. She left a note in my mailbox. "You won the crowd, but I'll win the neighborhood. Watch your lights." I wasn't scared. I'd already pitched a neighborhood light art festival to the city council. At the meeting, I wore a "Color Isn't a Crime" tee, armed with 300 signatures and slides of laughing kids. Lisa ranted about projected anarchy, but the room cheered for me. The council approved a one-night festival, YVYing fees. Volunteers poured Ina robotics teacher synced lights to music. Artists added murals. Lisa tried sabotage fake construction cones, preemptive noise complaints but failed. Festival night was magic. My house blazed with fireworks, purples and golds spilling onto neighbors' walls. Food trucks hummed. A string quartet played under a neon arch. The color is freedom trended. Lisa's gray house became a canvas piece signs, digital birds fluttering on her shutters. She burst out in pajamas, swinging a broom at the light, screaming about psychological assault. A kid asked, "Is that the angry color lady?" The crowd froze, phones up. The artist calmly said it was part of the mapped pattern, lived to 100,000 VYUers. Lisa slammed her door. At 9 p.m., the finale lit every house heart's stars, a kid's quote. "Thank you for making the sky alive." The crowd roared. A city official approached. "Lisa's suing again. Says your house caused her mental decline." I smirked. "Let her try." He grinned. "The mayor wants this annual." The next morning, a MOVYing truck parked at Lisa's. She emerged, hauling boxes, sunglasses hiding her eyes. Mr. Evans chuckled. She lost the war. Relief hit me, not VY Tory. Lisa couldn't handle a community that chose joy over her control. Her final note, reeking of lavender, came with a gray swatch. "You're still weird. Enjoy your circus." I framed it under a plaque. Victory in Technicolor. The neighborhood bloomed. Shutters went teal, garage doors became murals. The HOA board flipped 3 quit, and Eli, a chill graphic designer, took over. We rewrote bylaws, axing restrictions, adding support for Creati VY Thai. The festival got 3 years funding. A girl stopped by as I touched up Rusty's mural. "Is this the Rainbow House?" she asked. "Did you make the fireworks?" I nodded. "Can you do butterflies next?" I promised 100. That night, I sat on my porch, watching glowing butterflies spiral across my wall. No cops, no screams, just peace. Lisa's house was dark, but her walls still held faint projection ghosts. You can erase paint, but light leaves a memory. She'd never forget this. So what do you think? Was I right to fight Lisa's gray tyranny with a light show? Or did I go too far? Should HOAs control how we express ourselves? Or is Creati VY Thai right? And that festival genius rebellion or neighborhood nuisance? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if you're team color, and subscribe for more stories where the underdog paints the town literally.